The turn of the century on the great estate of Collinwood, and this night has brought new fear to one man who has a studio near the great house. For he has made a disturbing discovery that Amanda Harris remembers nothing before March 11th, 1895, the very day that he first sketched her. And now, to change his thoughts and calm his anxieties, he makes a new sketch.
Something is missing. Something else should be on that table. A vase. Yes, a tall vase. Yeah, much better. No. No! It isn't possible. There was no vase there. I drew it on that paper. If I did somehow cause this to appear, then... No. No, it isn't possible. It isn't possible. No. Go away. I'm working, I'm busy. What do you want?
Good manners, for one thing. Gentlemanly greetings.
Look, can't you see that I'm working? Go away and come back tomorrow.
I'm afraid I can't, Charles.
Look, this is my studio and I'm working. I'm busy. Look, I have rights here.
Very few, as I need hardly remind you. Now, what has caused this ill temper?
Never mind. Nothing.
What a charming vase. Wherever did you get it?
I don't know where it came from.
Has it always been here? I'm sure I should have noticed it.
Yes.
How odd it has no maker's mark. Unfortunate.
Yes, it is. It is, isn't it? If you came here to discuss the furnishings in my studio, you can...
Oh, dear me, no, Charles. I came to borrow this delightful pied-à-terre for an hour or so. I'm expecting a visitor.
Look, you can see your visitors in your own quarters.
That won't be possible, Charles. He wouldn't come to see me. I took the liberty of sending him a note and signing your name to it.
You what?
Oh, I dislike subterfuge as much as you do, Charles. There are times when its use becomes necessary. When one has to settle scores with an enemy, for example. Barnabas Collins is an enemy, Charles. of us all.
You will be safe here.
The moon is full. Where was Quentin when the change took place?
Oh, Barnabas, the change, it didn't happen. Quentin is the way he was before. There ain't no wolf in the woods tonight.
How can that be?
I don't know.
Get Quentin, I want to talk to him.
Oh, Barnabas, wait. Wait, I got to tell you something. I know when Quentin is gonna die. Yes, Quentin will die on September 10th.
How do you know that?
Charity, she told me.
Charity is mad. You know that.
Yes, but there is truth. She has found truth in her madness. You said yourself that Pansy Faye had the sight. She said the murderer was in that room that night at the old house.
Yes. Yes, she did.
It's true that Pansy Faye has possessed Charity. Barnabas, you got to do something. You got 6 days.
What else did Charity tell you? How did he die?
He was shot.
By whom? Well, does Charity know?
No. In her vision, he was dead in the tower.
The tower? But in the present, why was this room sealed if he died in the tower?
I don't know, Barnabas, but she said the tower. You got to do something. You got to get him away.
Death runs faster than any man. The 3 things that were to happen before Quentin died.
But 2 of them have, Barnabas.
But the third, that he will be rejected by the one person he truly loves, that must not happen. If we can stop Jameson from rejecting him. But first, we must find out who is going to kill him. But how? I will have to do it.
What, Barnabas, what?
I must find the I Ching wands. I found them here in 1969. They belong to Quentin. They must be here.
But what are you talking about?
I'm going to need you, Magda. We must find out who killed him originally.
How can we? Tell me.
By going to the present. By speaking with Quentin's ghost there.
You're crazy.
No, Magda. Only the ghost of Quentin can tell me.
Barnabas, you go, you talk to the ghost, but how do you get back here? How do you know don't get stuck in your time, huh?
I got here before, I will get back again.
Oh, but it takes a big chance. It's too big.
If he dies on the 10th of September, then history will not have been changed. And this ghost will surely claim David. I must stop his death, Magda. I will take any chance I must to do it. Now we must find the I Ching wands.
My visitor should be here shortly. Charles, I'd advise you to put away that portrait. Were my visitor to see it here, he'd find it most odd.
Who's coming here?
You'll find out soon enough. Put away the portrait, Charles. I'll let you receive him for me.
Well, he's your guest. You're the reason that he's coming here. Why don't you?
You're quite right, Charles, but I must emulate my hero, Lord Kitchener. Before a battle, he retired to his tent. There, alone, he perfected his strategy.
Mr. Tate, how nice to see you.
Mr. Collins, come in.
I thank you. Well, I'd never expected to be in an artist studio tonight. Ah, the bohemian life. It has tempted several members of my family. Never me, of course. Well, Mr. Tate, you wish to see me?
Why,
I'm afraid it was I who sent you that note, Charles.
I have nothing to say to you now or at any time, Mr. Fengibbon.
Count Petofi, my dear Edward.
Whatever your name is makes no difference to me.
You had better not leave, Edward. At least not until we discuss Barnabas Collins. You may leave the room, Charles.
Do you think that I would believe what you have to say?
You should, I assure you.
After putting a curse on my family, on me, on my son?
I know nothing of any curse. Who told you I was responsible?
My brother Quentin.
Quentin, a charming boy. I find him most amusing. I don't always believe Quentin. Do you, Edward?
No.
But you choose to believe him in this case.
Perhaps I would not have if you hadn't presented yourself under a false name. I found that unforgivable.
Perhaps there were reasons I was forced to adopt that singularly graceless cognomen.
What possible reason could you have?
Imagine, Edward. Just imagine something enormously valuable stolen by the gypsies. I had reason to believe that the gypsies on your property had what was stolen from me. Had they known my true name, they would have seen that I did not get it back.
Did the gypsies have it?
When I found out they did not, I assumed my true title. By then, you and I had drifted apart, Edward. How delightful those first few days at Collinwood were. I felt at last I'd met someone with whom I could share all my experiences.
Yes, I felt that too.
I'm desperately anxious to redeem my good name with you, Edward. If I help you capture Barnabas Collins, will that make up for the injuries you blame me for?
Why do you think I'm hunting Barnabas Collins?
Because he is your enemy. The greatest danger that exists to the Collins family. Shall I say more, Edward?
They ain't here.
It must be. Back to the closet. When we find the wands, we must not tell Quentin what I'm going to do. Now, if I don't get back, you know what to do.
Barnabas,
What is it?
bring the light. The wolf!
What can this be? Tate, 1897.
He knows about Quentin.
Perhaps he does not. Look. Quentin Collins, 1897.
He painted Quentin, Barnabas?
And the portrait changed.
No.
That's what must have happened. The portrait changed into the wolf, but Quentin did not.
But that ain't possible.
Anything's possible when Count Petofi is involved.
But how do you know that he is?
He knows that Charles Delaware Tate appeared in Collinsport shortly after Count Petofi arrived.
But that don't mean nothing.
There has to be a connection, Magda, to explain this.
Petofi and Quentin. Oh, poor Quentin.
Perhaps this is the first attempt to win Quentin. Perhaps Petofi has not demanded payment as yet. We will stop that, too.
How, Barnabas?
The ghost can tell us whether or not Count Petofi ever existed here or ever came here, or whether he came because history had not been changed. Magda, You must find those wands.
Are those them?
Yes.
Oh, must have great power, Barnabas.
They do. They free the mind and the will. They will take me to the future. We've got to go back to the old house. I will try to get to the future from the place where I came from. Will I be successful this time?
Barnabas, I got this feeling that it ain't gonna work.
Stop it, Magda.
But I got it, Barnabas. You should listen to me.
Magda, you must understand everything that is happening.
All right, Barnabas, I try.
Now, if I'm successful, my body will remain here in a trance. My physical body. My astral body will go.
Astral body? What is that?
It is my will, my force, my soul, whatever you like. Now, if you don't understand, don't try. The first thing that I must do is throw these wands on the table. Now they must be placed in parallel. There are 64 possible hexagrams. Ah, the 49th again. Good, the hexagram of change. Now,
I wish you wouldn't do this, Barnabas.
I must sit in this chair. It's up to me now. The hexagram will appear on a door. My body will rise and go through that door. And then
you will be in the future?
I hope so. If I do not come back before midnight of the 10th, you must go to Quentin. You must tell him that he is going to die on that day. He must not see Jameson. He is to leave Collinwood, but he is not to come back. And he is not to tell you where he is going. He is not to come back until after the 10th day of September. Is that clear?
Yes.
And now I must start. Go to Batopi. Watch him carefully. If he wants to come here, do everything you can to stop him. Now I must begin. In an hour or two, come back here.
Barnabas.
Go, Magda.
Barnabas Collins, an enemy of my family? I don't know what you mean by that.
Oh, yes, you do.
What do you know about Barnabas?
As much as I need to know. That he is a vampire. I know you wish to keep that a secret. I'm respecting that wish in coming to you instead of going to the police.
How did you find out?
That's unimportant.
Yes, I think you're quite right. You could have gone to the police. I've been wrong about you, I think. Do you know where Barnabas is hiding?
I know where we can find out.
Tell me.
Magda Rakosi.
She knows where he's hiding? I'll know how to deal with her.
No, Edward. Use her. She can lead us to him.
Oh, no. Us. What must be done, I must do alone. As difficult as it will be.
Oh, my dear.
No, it is my responsibility. There has always been one person in our family who has known of his existence. One person whose duty it's been to keep him chained to his coffin. If my grandmother had lived, I would have been the one she would have told. Now I must go to the old house.
Unarmed? At night? No, Edward. At least take this in case you meet him before dawn comes. 6 silver bullets. If you find yourself unable to shoot him, remember the dawn can do your work for you. Without his coffin, he cannot live. You will report back to me when you've seen him. I'll be waiting for you.
Thank you.